about to say we might be out of space.
We're all done.
It wouldn't record. I was about to say, we
Cut
haven't.
off before we really begin.
Like when I thought you were like, the struggles of being, and I thought you were about to say being black, and I was like, we will be cut off before we start. Don't say such things. But no, we haven't invested in our stuff yet. Oh, hey, I'm Kim.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is Let's Take Inventory.
That was our best one.
I realized the last few weeks we haven't even done it.
I know.
If we're going to do it, we got to do it.
Yeah, you're right.
We cannot not do it. And we only do it at the end. And we're supposed to do it.
Right at the beginning. Too.
Yes. And we haven't. That's probably why at the end we're so rusty.
What they're watching.
We haven't been drinking. We're just new to it. But we're true to it. We're going to make this work.
Stop reading things. They're watching us.
He started a live video. He's in the back right now.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, it's not. So my son makes these live videos.
Kind of like we are.
And he's back there, and I don't know. He'll probably come out here so we can see him making a live video. It's just, I keep watching that hallway. That's why I keep looking that way. But anyway.
How was your week?
You know what? Non-eventful, really. Work,
Yeah.
Of course. Work. And I even took a day off. I had some other stuff to do. But I feel like, not that I'm falling behind her by any means, but like I feel like I just got all this stuff downloaded. Like I want to try all these different things, and I don't know if it's just the beginning of the year, not blues, but the beginning of the year desire. I don't know. I just feel like. See, you're looking at your phone too.
Yeah, Zachary's calling.
And it's your son. Shocking. Can I answer it? You better not be into nothing. Are you heading home? He's silent. Zach. Oh, it's a butt dial.
It is?
Yes, it's not fun. It's a butt dial. Zach.
He never butt dials.
Now he's FaceTiming. Zach.
Oh.
Ah, that was a perfect intro. And he wasn't there. You're supposed to have that phone
Zach.
off. We talked about that in many.
Okay.
But it's your kids.
Yeah.
We know. But that would have been the perfect intro.
Yeah, maybe he'll call back because he doesn't ever butt dial me. That's weird.
But then it was a butt dial to a face
Time.
video. Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense. But you know what? Week's been good. How about yours?
It was good. I mean, I think kind of just getting back into the routine after Christmas, and the kids coming home, and then not coming home. So it's just kind of like, settling back down. It is nice to, although like I love Christmas, like it's my most favorite time of the year. I love Christmas. It is nice to get back. I'm very Groundhog Day type of person. I like when everything happens in the same order at the same time every day. So it is nice to get back into a routine.
Yes, and I'm very let it happen. Let it do what it do. Let it be what it be. I do not need a routine at all.
Yeah, I get grumpy if I get too far out of my routine.
But you've had like a couple weeks. Well, no, you've been back to work now 2 weeks.
Yeah. So it's like the first week though doesn't really count. It's like 3 days. So
my week counts. Even when I'm not at work, I'm working because I'm working at home. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? I think things this last week they're okay. I still don't have help, and I still am saving. I'm still doing the things. Though I want to go out to eat when we're done with this. I'm hungry.
Well, like you said, we do have to eat. Like,
I didn't cook, but if we're taking inventory and we're checking in with each other, like how all this started, checking in.
We'll split a meal.
And there you go. We'll get like a big something,
and then we'll split it.
Yes.
And then it'll be less calories. And then it'll also be.
She worries about calories. And it's well, you know what? Oh, there goes my washing machine or dryer. You know what? And I'm thinking I'm not gonna be able to eat with you.
Why?
Because I'm still. I mean, I have to eat rabbit food right now. I don't have to. It's an honor that I'm able to. Amen.
Oh.
But Daniel fast is what I've chosen. So
Okay.
yeah, we will need to go get a salad, but that's okay because there's a salad place up the street.
there's
A salad place
Oh yeah, we can't.
that has great salads. So you know what? And they're cheap.
That's true. That's true.
And the autumn salad, is that the one?
Yeah, it's like a autumn something, which
Like
I find
one of my favorites.
It's so good, but I find it weird that I order that in like December and then July.
But I think that's the purpose.
I mean, maybe, but yeah.
I had a really good salad the other day.
Yeah.
You know,
someone's out there that's like, there's no such thing as a really good.
Oh no, it was like hot with cold stuff.
Ooh,
like it had
I love
cauliflower, it had chickpeas, it had
Yum.
roasted this. It was really, really good. I thought of you
Yum.
while I ate the entire thing.
Good for you.
Yes,
You
I
didn't
did.
call me to.
Nope, not even a little bit. Nope. I don't know where my cup is.
I have mine.
You have more of that disgusting water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's becoming your thing now. Every time you come
I
over
know.
here, I gotta have that disgusting water.
Yes, my thing.
But you know what? That's okay because I bought like a 6-pack.
Ooh.
So you
And
get
I'm the only one that drinks it.
Yes, you get one a
one
week.
per episode.
One a week is what you get. See, I just drink water. And so mine's good.
I'm liking the earrings. Do you play Uno? Do you like to play Uno?
I do. I do. But I kind of felt like the wild card today. All day I have felt like the wild card. So that's kind of where these come in.
Okay.
Because if you look,
it is the wild card.
It's the wild.
But everybody wants the wild card.
Exactly. If that were true, honey, I wouldn't still be single.
Well, that also reminds me. So I went into Target the other day, and like everything's Valentine's Day.
Oh wow!
Like it's all like Valentine's Day pillows and.
So what does that mean?
I mean that stupid holiday is coming up.
Oh, do you not like Valentine's Day?
I don't like Valentine's Day.
Why?
Because I feel like it's just it's like this made up holiday just to like buy cards and get all mushy and
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a Valentine's Day person.
I mean,
are you?
It doesn't bother me, like, because I'm single. Most of my friends, well, it used to be, my friends would buy me like cards and be like, it's a shame you're single, and I'd be like, Boaz is coming. Don't get it twisted. I'm okay in my waiting process. Okay. I believe in waiting for the right one and not bozo. I want Boaz, so I'm okay.
Different vowels.
And I truly believe, like, you have to learn to fall in love with yourself first.
That's true.
If I can't spend time with me, if I don't know how to spend time alone, then a guy's not going to want to spend time with me. And not just any guy. Listen. I don't want just listen. You can listen. Right? Like, okay. Yeah. I don't want the hey baby girl. I don't want that.
I can't call you baby girl.
You can get punched in the face. But no, there's a difference. There's a different spirit behind it.
Uh-huh.
If you're just all about like, oh man, then no.
You want to do that again?
Let me see if I can do it. If that's your approach, I'm probably not the girl for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for a future. And hold on, because I know a lot of guys, well, that's what but what are you bringing to the table? I truly have allowed God to work on me to become the best version of me now. Now, Kim 2012, amen. Kim 2007, Kim BC. Let's talk about before Christ. Was a hot mess.
Okay.
And I was attracting a hot mess.
Yeah.
Or I was attracting guys for that time period.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because once I gave my life to Christ,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like guys weren't approaching me anymore. And I used to feel like, gosh.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I think we can finally agree on something.
Yes.
Because that is 100% true. 100% true.
And I would be like, or you get like, and I look young. Amen. I thank my mother for that gene.
She does look, but you are young, so.
And so, yes, I'm not. I'm a woman of a certain age. Guess the age. But, right? So I would get like the 30, 25, and 30-year-olds talking about hi,
college
hi,
kids
mama,
inviting
like,
you to a frat party.
And I'm like, and I've been invited to those. And I'm like, I have kids your age. And yeah, that's just not what I'm looking for. But and listen, and not to sound whatever. Like I tiptoe on this because I don't want people thinking who she thinks she is. All that in a bag of chips. But all that because of who he says I am.
Yes.
Not because of who I say I am. God said, right? In his word, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Mm-hmm. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in his image and his likeness. I have to think more of myself than I used to, because I used to walk around insecure. I used to walk around just believing for just enough. And no, I don't. But listen, it's taken me 17 years? 2007 till now. How many years is that?
What are we in 2024? No, I'm not at school. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 7 years. Give or take 7 years.
Oh, I was like, it's not 22 years, babe. 17 years.
2017.
2007.
Oh, 2007. Yeah, okay. I do. I teach the youth of America. But I agree with you. I feel the same way. I feel like, for a long time, I was very insecure. And now I know. I'm not afraid to speak my mind anymore. Where before I would never, say what I was feeling or, say what was on my mind. And now I definitely.
I remember that. Trust me. Listen.
Yeah, so, that's a whole
another Jenny Jones, but hold on. We're going to get into that Jenny Jones because I remember that. And I remember how angry, not angry, I would never get angry. I would just look at you like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so just, a quick backstory. I had a friend and we, for whatever reason, weren't friends anymore. I don't completely understand what happened, but that's okay. I don't need to anymore. But part of I would see her on a daily basis with you there, and I think my approach was because when we were together, she would give me a hard time.
Not when we were together.
No, just like in general.
In general.
Just like comments, where I could hear but I couldn't hear, and I chose to just try to let it be and not say anything. And I did that for a really long time until I just decided to leave the establishment where we both kind of attended, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna leave. So does that make sense? I don't know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Eureka.
No. So
So here
and
we
and
go.
and so here I am in the middle, right?
Well, yeah, you were in the
Because
middle.
yeah, but not knowingly in the middle. The thing I can say is you never talked about it. I
No.
didn't learn about it through you. I learned about it through someone else. Um, and hey, man, I'm cool with everybody, with both.
Yeah.
But I'm also cool with that ain't cool. What's up? Like, let's talk. No, it's not the let's talk about it. It's shut it up. No, I'm playing.
Well, you would often say to me, like, why don't you just say something? Why don't
Yes.
you just approach it? And I think that if I was who I am now, then I probably would.
Yes.
But that being said, I choose not to go back to that establishment just because I don't feel like I need to put myself in that position again.
And see, I disagree. Well, now, if you don't want to go to the establishment because you don't want to go to the establishment, great, groovy, grand. But if you don't want to go to the establishment because you might run into that person, I disagree. I disagree. I,
Yeah, I mean, it's because I don't want to run it, because I feel like I'm in such a good place right now. I don't need to put myself in a situation that I don't necessarily need to be in.
and so I'm just huge on because I would always say something, say something, say something, or at least when the sly comments would come, are you talking to me? Do we have a problem? Would you like to talk about it? Right? Like, don't. But then I kind of feel like there were other people there that should have
I don't
chilled it
think
out.
it's so much. Well, here's the thing.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew. I didn't say anything to anybody because it's not.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew, but I don't feel like it's anybody else's place to say anything. Like that
No,
wouldn't.
I
That
felt
would.
like you should have. However, comma, it'd be like if I invited you into my home and I invited this person into my home and that person into my home and that person, and you guys started, I would feel like because you're a guest, all of you are a guest, that I have to correct this. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna stop if there's a problem. Hey, I need you to leave, right? I would have to control that. If I had an establishment, if I owned my own, coming 2024, just hold on. If I owned my own establishment and I had people in there,
Uh
let's
huh.
say it was a painting, a sip and paint type establishment.
Ooh, are we going to a sip and paint?
No, but for the sake of this conversation, say it's like a sip and paint,
Okay.
and I invite you in. Hey,
Mhm.
come on over, come on over.
Yeah.
And somebody starts making comments, rude comments towards you. As the host, I'm going to go and say, you know what? So listen, if one's heard it, we need you to knock it off now.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get along with that person, if it's too much, then maybe not this time. Maybe you can come at another time. Is there something, right? Like, because though I think you should have done it, I think you should have kept the peace because anytime in that establishment that I felt uncomfortable with, or I felt like, and I had
Mm-hmm.
it happen a couple times to me, where I felt like somebody was saying something about me, or someone came to me and said, hey,
Right.
and I'd be like, don't tell me this because I'm not going to play your little game and be like, oh, did they?
Right.
I'm going to go ask. So don't tell me something you don't know. She just said, but don't hold on. She just told me you said.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why? And do is there something we could talk about? Like not in a rude,
Confrontational.
not in a confrontational way at all, but in a way where I think everyone understood. I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna say something to you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we can fix it or we can't fix it. But you're gonna know. I know, or you're gonna know to shut it down.
I guess I feel like if I felt then if I just kept my mouth shut and my nose clean, like, like I it would be okay for me. Like I needed to be in a place where I felt better, um, and work on, just everything I was dealing with the whole thing, that then not saying something didn't bring other people in. I didn't feel
Everybody
like,
was in.
I know, but I don't feel like that was anybody else's place to be in.
Well, maybe everyone was invited in by somebody else.
Well, they were invited in by somebody else because I didn't invite them in.
Well, you had everybody in.
And I just feel like now although I would love to go back and see everyone and say hi and, everything, I just feel like it would, for me, that mental space of going back to something that was hard and where I felt belittled, I don't need to do that to myself. I feel like there are other things in life that are more important.
I agree that there are other things in life more important, but I also think if you don't tackle it, it comes in a different form through somebody else. It comes because, right? Once you give the enemy the knowledge of how to.
But now I have better coping and mechanisms to deal with it differently. Like I can point to myself and say I should have said this or I should have said that and I would say this. Now I can go and do that. Just to go back to prove that I can do that, I don't need to do that. I don't need to prove that.
Well,
to
no,
anybody.
you don't need to prove anything. But I believe that there were times you wanted to go back for whatever reason.
Yes, there were.
And you didn't because that barrier was there for you.
Yes, 100%.
And that barrier should have been blown up. That barrier pays no bill in your house.
That is true.
None. That barrier has nothing to do with a raise or not a raise.
Yeah.
That barrier has nothing to do with any of your children. That barrier has nothing to do with anything else in your life except for the time that you're there. Nothing.
So why put myself back in it?
Why give that barrier that much power over you wanting to attend?
I don't think it's giving it power. I think it's taking control back. It's saying I don't need to be there. So
But you wanted to go there. So it's not a need. It's not a need, right?
Right.
You can need to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a want. It was I'd like to go back to see everybody.
I want a Ferrari, but I don't have one of those either.
Well, because we're saving for one. At the end of 2024, we will have that Ferrari. Well, maybe not a Ferrari.
What do you guys think? Like, is there ever someone that has prevented you from doing something that you wanted? And then how do you deal with it? Should I
I can tell you how to deal with it.
That's how you deal with it, but that doesn't
You
mean everybody
step to them and say, "Hey, look, listen."
That's how you deal with it, but that doesn't mean that that's how they deal with it. That's not how I dealt with it.
Amen. Amen. I feel like, and again. Okay. This is why I don't go to the drive-thru. Okay. So listen, I feel like that there might have been a little confusion with me and that person, and I feel like when I approached and said, "I'm sorry, is there?" I said hi, and you walked right past me. Did you not hear me say hi?
She didn't say hi because you were with me.
But I feel like it cleared it up and I got to understand. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it cleared up the air. And to this day, that person and I are friends. Like,
and that's totally fine. Like,
calls me auntie. Listen.
It's totally fine. And you and I don't have any issues because you're like, I'm not that type of person.
That's not what I mean.
Oh.
I mean, that could have blown up into something else. Me saying, hey, did you, well, I didn't say it that way. Let me not exaggerate. What I said was, excuse me, ma'am.
No, you did not. Be real for the people.
That's my saying. You can't say what I'm saying.
Whatever you stole my, I feel.
Well, because I feel like when I talk to you, I have to use those words. Because if I said that's dumb as, oh, amen. Sorry.
Be real for the people.
I just feel. I mean, that could have blown up, right? Because
Yes.
really all we have are communication.
But I did do that. Like, I did go and say, hey, can we work on this? What's going on? I did do exactly what you did. Maybe not in those words, but I did do that. And it did blow up. So
so I say all that to say it had the potential, but I don't know. I still to this day, 5 years later,
yeah,
I don't know what happened between the two because you don't talk about it.
I don't.
You don't talk about it, so I still don't really know the depths of, because it was ridiculous to me. I was like, "What in the ham and cheese is happening? Wait a minute, what is happening?" And that was around the time that you and I started hanging out.
Yes.
That was around the time that we started.
Yes.
And so, like, when we first started, I was like, well, hold on. Let me see what's happening here and make sure.
Make sure I'm legit.
Amen.
To make sure that I was legit.
Amen. Let me make sure ain't no usuries happening. Ain't no usury. Because, and folks were like, hey, Kim, and I'd be like,
Yeah, it got other people talking about me that normally would not. And I think that's what bothered me the most. Yeah. Was that other people started talking about me that
didn't know. That didn't know.
And didn't come to me to be like, hey, I heard this about. So then.
But I think, honestly, I feel like you staying silent on that. The people that were talking were like, wait a minute.
If she's silent, she's guilty?
No, because you stayed silent and stayed yourself.
Uh-huh.
Like you didn't change.
No.
From who you are. You kept being you. You never changed to me anyway. I never saw a change. And
this is what you get.
And it's a whole lot. Listen, it's a whole lot. But I think in this situation we'd have to agree to disagree because I feel like you should have correct, like it was happening in public, correct it in public. Not everything needs to be corrected in public. However, because of the intensity and because and though what's weird, I was never there to see it.
I know.
I was never there to see it.
It was cleverly done. I think it was designed that way.
I was never, because had I been there, I probably would have said, "I'm sorry, what?" Like I probably would have said something.
Right.
But I think maybe a few times I would hear something, but like the jab, it would be on days I wasn't there. So I didn't see it. But you know what? And this doesn't really deal with anybody. Like we're not talking about anybody. No. We're talking about a situation. And a situation that each of us would have handled differently.
Yeah.
And I wonder the outcome if you would have just ran across. No, I'm kidding.
Did you just snort?
No. You would have been put out. But I wonder.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't think I could have fought back.
If you would have ran across and fist to elbow somebody, I think that would. No, you can't get put out of that place. That place doesn't put anybody out.
You think they would have had me leave?
Yeah, like you.
Oh well, yeah, they would have. I just thought I would have made an impact for them.
No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. I can't see that at all. But and again, I just want to put that out there. This isn't about that. It's about the situation and about handling things, though they may be uncomfortable. How do you do that appropriately, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, is staying silent and just kind of working through it on your own the right way to do it, or is it better to be more aggressive towards the situation and hit
Do I
it
look
head on?
aggressive?
That was not aggressive.
No, it's not. This is my aggressive look. Do I look aggressive? Maybe that's why I'm single.
Oh. So how do you guys handle conflict? Um, Write it in the comments. Tell us what you do to handle conflict. I'm definitely more of probably a silent person where I rarely would say anything to promote conflict. Um,
And I'm more of a. It depends who you are, what the conflict is.
yeah.
I do have certain hills that I will go up. We will battle on those. But there are some times that I'm like, if this person won't hear what I say,
Oh, that's
um,
a good point too.
yeah, they won't hear what I
That's a
say.
really good point.
They're not going to. So why waste if I've attempted? Stay silent. I would have been all over the place. I'm sorry. What did you say about my mama? No, I'm playing. But I just and some things are uncomfortable. I mean, I can honestly say I've had conflict before, depending on who it is, where I stayed silent, where I didn't say anything, um, and I watched friendships dissolve
Yeah.
over a misunderstanding. And kind of, I wish I would have been brave enough or had the whatever enough to go back and say, "Hey, what's up with this?" Or there are some times, right, where I did say something and it was taken the wrong way, and I'm like, I should have just nah. I'm just, you know what? When you nah, I can't. Like when you stay silent, and it's not even about somebody walking all over you or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. That's a struggle. Maybe I need to take that one to the cross. Like Jesus, what is it?
Yeah.
Because like my mom tells me, sometimes you just need to be quiet. And I'm like, and it said no one. Like, and I'm like that with my mother. She's like, and sometimes you just.
But sometimes you do need to just be quiet. Like not everything needs to be, I don't think, addressed head on. I think sometimes you just like and here's my outlook on it now, okay?
Okay.
I feel like God puts people in your life for certain reasons.
Okay.
And for certain reasons, God has you lose people for certain reasons. And why am I going to fight that? Like, evidently, I was not supposed to have the friendship that I thought that it was going to be. So why am I going to fight that when that's how it was meant to be?
You're not fighting that. You're fighting somebody being rude and disrespectful.
But that's
and you're
on
not
them.
fighting.
That's on them. If they want to be rude and they want to be disrespectful, that's on them. I can sleep really good at night knowing that I'm not doing that to that person.
But you left somewhere you wanted to be.
I did.
Because of that. And that's where I take, like, before I leave, you gonna go packing before I do. Unless it's gonna turn to bloodshed, or we're concerned about somebody coming in doing bodily harm, and which that was not the case. Fist to elbow, you better fist to elbow with it.
Look at that.
Listen, fist to elbow. But no, we agreed to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
But I can say I'm thankful. Not that it happened, but I'm thankful because we got to become friends out of it. And it's a friendship that I questioned in the beginning.
She still does.
I questioned a whole lot in the beginning, and I don't question now. So, yep. Well, that was a great conversation.
Yeah.
It was. I didn't know where we're going.
It got a little. I'm a little sweaty.
I'm not. Well, I'm wearing black too, so you can't see if I'm sweating. But all right. Well, I think that's great. So we'd love to hear from you and hear what your thoughts are. And maybe there's a part 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what happens.
We'll have to see. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Let's take inventory.